Now, while some abortion advocates will try to muddy the conversation regarding abortion, saying there's conflicting views about when life begins, the profound reality is that science has proven very simply that what is inside of her is in fact human, right? The law of biogenesis says a human and a human can't reproduce anything besides a human. As much as I freaking want a koala bear, I will never be able to create one with my husband. I will only create more human children. We also know what's living inside of her is alive. It's not dead, right? Because dead things don't grow. Dead things can't act in a coordinated fashion and grow and respond to respond to stimuli and metabolize. We know it's a living human being that's inside of her. But regardless of whether you want to agree with science, because some people just don't ever want to agree, we know abortion is the violent destruction of a human being based on the fact that one human being has more value than the other, based on the fact that one person has the right to oppress another. So at its core, abortion should always be considered an anti-feminist act. And our feminist foremothers, the suffragists, they knew this. Mary Wollstonecraft, the revolutionary British philosopher who kicked off modern feminist thought, wrote openly against abortion. Elizabeth Cady Stanton fought for women's rights alongside Susan B. Anthony. Elizabeth Cady Stanton actually left the slavery abolitionist movement because they wouldn't let women lead. She became discouraged that she wasn't allowed to lead the abolitionist movement and joined forces with Susan B. Sarah Norton, the first woman to win acceptance to an Ivy League school, Cornell, wrote openly against abortion. Victoria Woodhull, the first woman to ever run for president, the first female stockbroker, wrote openly against abortion. Dr. Elizabeth Blackwell, the first physician in the United States, spoke openly against abortion. And of course, you also have Susan B. Anthony, right? One of the most famous suffragists, spoke openly against abortion. And Alice Paul, the original author of the ERA, it was Alice Paul who said, abortion is the ultimate exploitation of women. She predicted dead on what was going to happen when second wave feminism adopted the beliefs that women need abortion to be free. 40 years after the 19th Amendment, 40 years after women were given our right to vote, right, the second wave of feminism kicked off with the 1963 Equal Pay Act, which made it illegal to pay men and women for different wages for the same work. Then you had the 1964 Civil Rights Act, which included the prohibitions against sex discrimination in hiring and promotion policies. Contrary to popular belief, Betty Friedan did not include the so-called right to abortion or even contraception in the first edition of the Feminist Mystique. Her book was a rallying cry for women who wanted something more, who felt like something was missing in their life, but it wasn't to kill a child. It was two men, Larry Ladder, the biographer of Margaret Sanger, the eugenicist who was the founder of Planned Parenthood, and Bedar Nathanson, who was an abortionist who was committing legal abortions in New York State. They are the founders of NARAL, Pro-Choice America, what it's called today. At the time, it was called NARAL, the National Association for the Repeal of Abortion Laws. It was two men that met with Betty Friedan and convinced her that women needed abortion.